Well, it's been a slog. It's been really hard at times. I think things are finally where they should be. We are on the right path, and I've been testing Sim Update 4 during the beta for the entire duration of the testing process with a range of VR headsets. Now at the moment you can see here I'm using the Big Screen Beyond version 2, a headset which I haven't really shown on the channel that much recently, but that's because there's been lots of other things going on. But rest assured, I still feel very strongly that the Big Screen Beyond version 2 is a fabulous VR headset, so long as you don't mind the glare, which is greatly reduced from the original. It is a fantastic VR headset, as is the Crystal Light, which I'm showing here right now. That's also a really good best value option for 2025 going into 2026, especially with its inside out tracking. It is a bulky headset though, and I've been testing all of them in Sim Update 4, and one thing has become very clear. Asobo has been really going through all the code with a fine-tooth comb. That could be thanks to the PSVR 2 impending release, getting all of the optimizations where they should be, and it shows. This feels absolutely phenomenal now on a range of different PC systems. I have tried a 4070 Super with a 13400F CPU, a 5070 Ti recently, which actually performs really well, my 4090 with a 13900K, and of course what you're seeing here, well, in the moment, this next part of the footage over London, with my 9800X3D processor running an RTX 5090. All Stormforce based computers. I'm just letting you know in case you're interested. This is not sponsored in any way. I'm just letting you know what PC systems that I like to run. And they all perform really well now. You've just got to be very conservative with your settings. Even with a 5090, I don't tend to run ultra, although I can now. I tend to stick to medium and high settings. Things like clouds though have changed. I now feel that running them at ultra is the best way if you want the best visuals, and they don't seem to take as much performance as they used to. Unfortunately, things like trees, well, that's still a bit of a heavy hitter, as well as Raymarch reflections, and the LOD can kill performance. The thing is about the terrain level of detail, it's also linked to the auto imagery, and it can become quite blurry if it's too low. So even on a modest computer, I would recommend no lower than about 120, 130. But I'm so glad to feel more positive about MSFS 2024, especially as I've been quite downbeat with this sim for quite a long time. Issues such as streaming has been an absolute headache for Asobo. Things like missing instrument panels and aircraft landing gear and really blurry textures. Lighting has been completely off. VR performance has been absolutely awful. Inconsistency when it comes to stability and crashes. Plenty of bugs, so many issues, many of which have been absolute deal breakers, and I've told you not to buy MSFS 2024. But it has got to the point where I don't use 2020 at all, and it's not even on my hard drive anymore, because I feel that 2024 is at a point where it is ready for prime time. It's quite sad though that it's taken such a long time, but if you look at some of this VR footage, and keep in mind that this footage is nowhere near as good as in the headset, I think you'll agree it's pretty damn smooth even on the VR capture. Things like One Eye View will make it so much easier for VR content creators out there to make decent footage. And as I show you various experiences in a variety of different VR headsets, I'm so glad that we've got to the point now where this sim is actually incredible for VR. And there's a number of reasons why that is the case, particularly the new dynamic and fixed foveated rendering scaling slider, which is so important and integral to this particular sim now. Although there is a remaining issue there, when going through cloud you can see the box following your eyes, or even static if you're using a fixed foveated rendering setting. So I hope that Asobo can make that more transparent, because that is very distracting. But overall, it is a huge deal, the fact that we have native DFR support and DLSS 4, which together produces a huge boost in performance. I think actually the OpenXR toolkit, which I have been using still for quite a while, it can be finally retired. In fact, I only use it now for the FPS counter that I can see in the headset. So let me know in the comments below, how is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Sim Update 4 running for you? I would love to know. For me, I'm having an absolute blast. It is incredible now to think we have the whole world to explore in this immense detail. And you know, when I have gone back to 2020, it just feels a bit flat now. The world just feels like it's not really alive. I just love being a general aviation fan. I can really look out onto the world and it looks so believable. And if I want to fly low and slow, I can see so much more detail. Things like the procedurally generated cliff edges, grass on dirt strips and rocks, beautiful coastlines. It just looks so much better in this sim. Now for the future, I would love to see improvements in VR still, especially with a mask to be able to use TAA mode for glass cockpits, with the rest being DLSS 4. Also, I'd like to see some improvements with the weather, because even though it is exceptional and probably the best out there in any sim, I do feel the physics of some of the turbulence in and around cloud should be a lot better. And funny enough, I used to think the clouds used to look really amazing, and they did, but as the rest of the sim is moving forward, I do feel cloud rendering is starting to look a little bit dated. What do you think? Anyway folks, as I say, let me know, what are your favourite things about Sim Update 4? Is it running great for you? Let me know in the comments below. But I tell you what, I think we're at a great place at the moment, and I can't wait to see how this sim matures in 2026. Thanks for watching as always. Please feel free to subscribe. I'll have my full in-depth final review of the Pimax Crystal Micro OLED next week. And there's a lot of things to go through actually, both good and bad. So stay tuned for that. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you again very soon.